Groguet is the Valencian for little yellow, and it also refers to a fan of Villarreal. In fact, their club for kids is called Team Groguet, and the team mascot is called Groguet. So it's a word that when you hear it, it's associated with Villarreal. Let's be honest, if Villarreal had never made it past the second division, or if they'd never made it to any of the Champions League in the early 2000s, I think most people would never have heard of them. I probably wouldn't have. What I found was that Villarreal was just a really neat story. I love the stories about the team. It's different than supporting a team where you expect them to win every game. You don't. I'm Alan Dodson. I'm probably the #1 Villarreal fan in the U.S., or at least I'm the one who runs the Villarreal USA website. Right now we're in Murphy's, California. Murphy's is a town that dates from the gold rush, and this area was settled in 1849, 1850 by miners who were coming in search of gold. Murphy's, now it's a pleasant place to be. There's a lot of grapes grown, a lot of good wine made from here, and it's a great place to watch Villarreal play football on TV when you can't get to the ground, which is only 8,000 miles away. So I basically started following Villarreal like a lot of people. I had never heard of the team until they started playing in the Champions League. And I think it so happened that the year that they did that was a year that I had some free time because I was teaching, but I was finishing up where I was teaching, so I had some time to follow things on the internet. And so when I started looking up about them, I was like, wow, this is a small town in Valencia, and the stadium holds half the population of the place. And then when the European Championship came around in 2008, I watched that, and Marco Senna was the player that just blew me away. And of course, he was playing for Villarreal, and that was really, I think, when I was, oh yeah, these guys.
Cuando llegó la oferta, ¿no?, de Villarreal, lo primero que pensé, pero ¿dónde está Villarreal? ¿Alguna ciudad de referencia? Y cuando me vino el Villarreal pensé, voy, primera división, aunque no sepa dónde está, resulta que estoy hasta hoy. Y cuando llegó Pellegrini, con su metodología, su sistema y tal, ya ha cambiado. Obviamente también el Villarreal ya hizo buenos fichajes, fichó a Riquelme, después llegó Forlán, y el equipo empezó a jugar bien, ganar partidos y tal, y primer año de Champions League. Pero vosotros pensaba que podía llegar a la semifinal, y yo no. Lo único que pensaba era disfrutar de cada partido. Disfrutamos obviamente con la serenidad de los partidos que jugamos tanto en Liga o Copa, vamos a entrar para ganar, pero a disfrutar. Y así, uno y otro, nos plantamos en la semifinal.
2010, 2011, we were at one point first in the league. Briefly, we were in the Europa League semifinals, as it turned out. And we had players like Giuseppe Rossi and Nilmar banging in the goals. We had Cani, we had Santi, we had Senna. I mean, this was a great team to watch. The next year wasn't so good when we got relegated. Still wonder how that happened. But I think that was the thing that got me was, you know, it's a neat story. Well, Valencians are very passionate about paella. I have tried very hard to learn what paella is and is not. I've had things called paella in the U.S. that I would not show to a Valencian, I will say that. Okay. The first time we went was when the Fallas were going on in Valencia. Elisa and I went to a match there in 2015. It was just a great small town feeling, and I think that was really quite a bit different than what you get in a lot of, when you go to an American stadium that's just, purpose-built for it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's much different. Here are some things that I've got through trips that I've made, and also a couple of things that people gave me and whatnot. It's a little bit of Villarreal history. One of the local supporters groups got this inflatable yellow submarine, and this is actually going to the final match of the season where we defeated Almeria. The blog actually existed, but it wasn't an SB Nation thing. It was just basically one person doing a maybe weekly update in English. They needed somebody to cover matches during the week, and I said, okay, I could do that. And then over the year or two after that, I ended up pretty much running the blog because everybody else had other lives to lead, and I was retired, so I could do it. And I love it. Okay, so now we can go, it's 11:10, let's go check on the cooking progress out here and see how we're doing. People that really like paella in Valencia really think it's a thin layer of rice. And what I remember having in Villarreal was kind of like that, was quite thin. So I try not to add too much rice. We'll see how I did this time. I don't know that I would claim I'm a master chef. It'll definitely be the best paella you have in Murphy's. Dish some up here. Oh yeah, we got some sucaret. All right, let's see if anybody's said anything on our side about this yet, because I'm kicking off. The tough ones are when we play at 3 a.m. here. If we have that noon kickoff in Spain, it's at 3 a.m. Oh, penalty, surely. Yeah, you can't, he's not playing the ball at all. Aha, very good. Goal! After a while, you learn a lot of the soccer terms in Spanish. It doesn't take you too much to learn what the far post is and the goalkeeper making a paredon or something like that. You learn what that is, and of course you learn what golazo is real quick, right? Yes! Yes, Rosie, would you like to make a comment about that? I get excited when we score, yes. Yes! Yes! My expectations, well, I'd love for us to qualify for Europe and make it to Europa League final so Elisa and I could go and cheer them to victory. That's what I would like. And if we did that, I'd be happy. When Elisa and I moved back to California, we were looking around for license plates, and I said, well, I wonder if Groguet is available, because it would be fun if it were. And sure enough it was, and bought this yellow one, so now the license plate is much more appropriate. The car is actually named Santi because we name our cars, and Santi seemed a great name because Santi Cazorla had rejoined the team, and we also had Santi Cáceres. So in honor of the two Santis, we named the car for that.